Welcome to the celebrated nightly news of Calaveras County. My name's John.
And I'm Sarah.
Thanks for stopping by. We really appreciate it. We do, and it was a fairly... It was kind of one of those run-of-the-mill days.
Exactly.
The Board of Soups and stuff. I mean, they had some things going on, but...
Yes, but nothing too drastic. Well, there were some little completion issues.
There were, and I guess we're going to get to the Board of Soups in just a second. But what we're going to start off with is this week is homecoming week.
For Bret Hart.
For Bret Hart. And Calaveras Highs was a couple weeks ago.
That's right.
So if you've driven through Angels Camp, you've no doubt noticed the big banner.
That's
that
right.
we took a picture of. We'll put up a little shot of it later. But this is some of the things that this is a press release from Principal Dean Way.
Okay.
And this is what's on upcoming this week. So all sports are being recognized with posters used to decorate the school this week. The decorations will then be used for the dance Friday night after the football game against Linden.
Okay.
An all-sport fall festival breakfast is being prepared by the leadership class and the Guardian Angels Thursday morning.
Guardian Angels?
I know.
There are Guardian Angels in Calaveras County?
Well, there's Guardian Angels everywhere, right? Over our shoulders. Oh, wait.
I guess so.
You mean the group or the actual
I just think of the
literal?
group. I think of the group with the red berets in New York City.
Oh, I was thinking literal Guardian Angels.
Okay, all right. Well, you know.
No, you
just have to go to breakfast to find out, I guess.
All right. There will be a homecoming parade through downtown Angels Camp, ending at Utica Park, and a rally will follow. Main Street will be blocked off at 1:15 p.m. and will reopen when the rally begins in the park.
And that's Friday, October 19th.
So Friday afternoon, October 19th, there will be the parade.
That's right.
Downtown. So come on downtown Angels Camp.
That's right.
So if you've been looking for a reason to catch an afternoon movie or something like that, come down there, go to the parade, and then stay.
See a movie. Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Or go shopping.
Or whatever.
Our homecoming festivities will culminate with the football game on Friday, which will be broadcast on the pinetree.net and also Comcast Channel 7.
That's right. A live broadcast.
Which you may be watching right now.
That's right. But it's a live broadcast, just like
we're
this
live
is a
right
live
now,
podcast.
aren't we?
It's a little frightening.
Okay, floats will be entered in the parade and will circle the track after the
parade.
So, between the JV and varsity game, the homecoming queen will be crowned before the varsity game begins. The homecoming dance will begin at the conclusion of the football game and ends at midnight. Midnight.
Wow, that's a late night.
And
that's
somehow
truly
I
an old
feel
person saying that, you know.
Really old.
Exactly. When you say midnight, that's really late. You realize you graduated
midnight.
to old people.
Oh no! And also the other one you'll notice on the screen behind us, and this is something we had reported 3 or 4 weeks ago when it came out.
But it's official now.
It is official now. We have the official proclamation from
Auditor Controller
Linda Churches, and this is the photo of Rush Hour
in Sheep
Branch.
And it will be on the county budget cover.
There we go. And we have, see the little sheeps wandering through there?
Little sheeps? Little sheep?
Little sheeps. A plethora of sheeps.
That's right.
We're wandering through Sheep Ranch.
And that photograph is taken by Dave Webb.
And this is one of those iconic photos of Calaveras County.
Exactly.
It is.
And it was submitted by Maureen Elliott of Pinnacle Realty. Of Murphy's. Exactly. So, on to the Board of Supervisors
news. And
exactly.
We were Board of Supervisors this morning, or at least I caught part of it, and it was the biggie.
The biggie.
It was actually okay.
Let me do the other
the
ones
non-item.
First. The non-items.
Okay,
first.
all right. Here we go.
The non-items. If you watched us on Monday, you know that the Saddleback subdivision in San Andreas was on the agenda, and that would have actually, it was an action item for approval of the tentative subdivision map for 130 home sites. And that was actually pulled from the agenda, and I will tell you why. Apparently, there was this much information that the board received on Friday. So they needed time to go through it, which this is a huge amount of information, as you can see. So that particular action item was continued until October 23rd. So that will come again
It
on
will.
October 23rd. Yes, we will revisit that on October 23rd. And some other sort of small items that came before the board today were a renewal of the contract, Sheriff's Deputies Sheriff's Department contract for patrol services for Lake Comanche with East Bay Mud. And it will be for 3 fiscal years. And it was in the amount of $525,000 for 2 deputy sheriffs and $45,658 for vehicles, because they actually contract to provide law enforcement for Lake Comanche.
For Lake Comanche.
Yes, yes. And also legislative services. Ferguson Group was rehired yet again.
Yes, they were. And also
Yet
one
again.
little wrinkle on that one was that Ed Rich from CCWD was there.
Okay.
And he was, at the behest of CCWD's board, exploring the fact whether they could pool their
That's right, because
pool
they
their-
have
their
their
own
own
separate-
these are actually, they
They're
call them
lobbying
legislative services, but they're
lobbying
lobbyists.
firms. Yeah.
And the supervisors approved a contract of in the amount of $128,000, not to
Right.
exceed that. But what I thought was interesting is they're looking for a congressional earmark for the fiscal year 2008 of $3.8 million to come into Calaveras County.
To come back to Calaveras County.
Exactly. So that's kind of interesting.
You know, it's, and I guess the CCWD's budget, what they budget about $9,000 a month. So you
$9,000 a
figure
month.
combined, they may figure some way they could leverage both of their
Leverage
efforts.
both of them at the same time.
And it sounds like
That's true.
CCWD would be willing to, assume that the county's in the lead role in that, but piggyback some of their efforts.
CCWD has had a lobbying firm for many, many, many years now.
Yeah.
And it has actually been quite lucrative for them to
For
get
the lobbying
funding.
firm or the
For CCWD to get funding for their water and wastewater treatment plants.
Right.
So that's sort of interesting.
because
And
they have to build those big bulky lumpy things, don't they?
yeah, exactly.
They cost lots
yeah,
of money.
Exactly,
Yes.
millions of dollars, and people look
Treatment
and go,
plants,
treatment
tanks,
plants,
they got
exactly.
that. They got the big lumpy things.
That's right. They do. And also, before we go on to the
Yeah.
big issue, Supervisor Marita Calloway was chosen to represent the board at the lobbying group of CSAC,
Yes.
California Association of Counties.
And they were kind of
State
joking around
Association of
that
Counties.
they didn't know who because she shows up, all religiously at all
That's
their
right,
meetings and
she
stuff,
does,
and
she does.
they were unsure who the alternate was. I think it was
That's
partially
right.
in jest, but and also I think
That's
for
okay.
the biggest item, actionable item
Mm-hmm.
that I think impacts the business community and the county as a whole was they approved the new ordinance that codifies into code the septic setback issue. Now, this is an issue that this combined with the building permits and the load of work and the processing of work and the changes in leadership and stuff in the planning and building department. This is the issue that, going back, I guess, almost a year now, that really kind of exploded onto the scene, so to speak. And there was a lot of angst over where changes in interpretation of the existing rules would make some more lots unbuildable, make existing septic systems, when they failed, unrepairable.
Yes.
So this cleans it up. And Steve Buckley, who's the lead for SJB Consulting, which is one of the largest septic consulting firms, was there representing the group of industry leaders and stakeholders that have been assembled to help work through some of these things.
Exactly.
And by and large, we talked to him right after the vote, and he was very pleased. He says it, in essence, codifies into an ordinance what the county was in fact doing prior to, there's some minor variations, but in essence it now, instead of just kind of the wink and a nod, this is how the county's been doing it for years, this is kind of the setback
Exactly.
stuff, now it's actually codified into code. So it's actually, after with all the angst of getting through it, it actually cleaned it up and worked it very nice. Yeah, and it's nice to see a happy resolution. And from all appearances, it seems everything is starting to settle down at building and planning, everything seems to be going through, and everything seems...
It's starting to move. efficiently now.
Yeah, now we just need to have the real estate market
That's right.
pick back up again.
Pick up again. And actually, the Board of Supervisors also studied the transit
Yes.
issue.
We missed that
Annual report for 2006-2007
I didn't sit through that one
operations.
this afternoon. But
You weren't interested in that?
No, I mean, I was, but it was...
What I found interesting actually is that Farebox ridership 2005-2006 actually brought in 57,461. Oh, actually,
Wow.
wait a minute. That's not. Yeah, that's the fare revenues. Sorry, the ferry revenues were 55,538. 2006-2007, 62,122. But the expenditures for 05-06 were 749,489, and then 06-07 were 847,728. But lest you think that they are actually going into the hole for 06-07,
Yeah.
state transit assistant funds in the amount of 482,363 are expected, as are local transportation funds in the amount of 910,000.
Wow, so they're actually making money. So you're looking
So
at...
they're actually doing okay. Okay, and they are proposing a rate increase from $1 a ride to $1.50.
So you're looking at their...
Yeah, there's some.
They're okay.
They look like they're doing okay, actually. And it is, I remember when there
Very
was
nice.
no transit service in the county. So I think it's a good thing.
Did you have to walk to school both ways in the
No,
snow?
I drove.
Oh, you
I
drove. All right.
Yes, but
Yeah.
I used to watch those poor schlepping
Both way uphill.
their packages up the hill.
Yes.
So, yes, so transit services are actually doing quite well.
And also wanted to mention that in addition to the transit and stuff, there's also a meeting going on from the COG that will be
Yes.
going right after this tonight, that will be on the Arnold Rural Livable Community Plan. And that is and I guess it's kind of an odd segue, because a lot of the funding for the transit comes through the COG, funneled through there. It's not technically, it's run by, it's not technically under the COG, but so also that will be tonight at the Ebbets Pass Fire District Office, and this is on the Arnold Rural Livable Mobility Plan.
Exactly. It starts at 6:30
Yes.
if you want to go take a gander. And some fun news.
Some fun stuff.
Actually, some fun news. Mythbusters, the reality television show,
Which my kids watch religiously.
won big for a Calaveras filmed episode. They actually have filmed 3 episodes in Calaveras County.
They like Calaveras
They
County.
do, and there's a 4th one apparently on the way. And this is an event that's put on by the Film Liaisons in California statewide, and they were nominated. It's apparently from Lisa Reynolds, who's the executive director of the Calaveras Visitors Bureau, said it's like a mini Oscars with over 400 industry professionals attending, and they won an award. Let me see what award they won. Anyway,
So they
rewarded them, recognizing how well they, we're like looking at it going, okay.
Have you caught one of the episodes they filmed here?
It was the one where they dropped the guy, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
did you
on
see
the
the one where they blow
explosive.
up the car?
No, I didn't see that one.
Oh, they did one, and this was done up at Carson Hill, I believe.
Yes.
Where they were testing, because if you notice, if you've known Mythbusters, it's the 2 guys that have show business background that come on and special stunt stuff. Then they had a guy on from the military and says, okay, do you want to test some real explosives? Right? This is the kind of stuff, the ugly stuff that the enemy would be using in the IEDs over there, plus some of the other stuff. So they rigged this one car with an appropriate amount of explosives and because the point is if in a real military scenario with a large quantity of it, there wouldn't be anything of the car left, and that was the hypothesis. Would the explosion actually just render the car literally
evaporate?
Literally, once they lit this thing off, there was nothing more than like little pieces. They literally found little strips of metal on trees. They had, there was just nothing left.
It's just amazing what they
nothing.
do.
There was just nothing left of it.
And I actually found out it's for the California On Location Awards, and they won in the category Production Company and Location Team of the Year. And I did want to go down and do a little bit of more of a quote from Lisa Reynolds. And she said she was the one that nominated them. And she said the reason why she nominated them was for the positive way they conduct film business in Calaveras County. They got the local police and fire departments involved so they could use the explosions as training. And they really created a wonderful partnership and continue to do so. So if you've never seen Mythbusters, go on the Discovery Channel and take a look because it's really interesting.
Yeah, and they and also on the Discovery Channel, we posted something a little bit on it last week. There was another crew from the Discovery Channel here last week, a London-based crew.
A London-based crew.
It was filming for a upcoming Discovery Channel movie, and they filmed out at Moaning Caverns, and they were also filming in downtown Angels Camp. So it looks like Calaveras County is kind of the cool, kind of you think it's up and coming is the kind of the cool place to film, at least for the Discovery Channel.
That's right. That's right. You can explode things and it's okay.
Yeah, blow stuff up.
That's right. That's right.
Now you had a little bit of state news, huh?
I do have a little bit of state news, and just it's sort of interesting. Some of the headlines that are coming out today: LA Times, unions give up on governor's health plan. Abandoning their facade of cooperation, a coalition of California labor unions and consumer groups says it is
abandoning the facade.
Yeah, exactly. Is gearing up a campaign to discredit Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger's health care proposal as too expensive for many workers. And this was another one that was interesting from the San Francisco Chronicle. Governor vetoes bill expanding family leave, saying that California's family leave laws are already too confusing. Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger has vetoed 2 bills that would have expanded family leave to include care for ill siblings, in-laws, and grandparents. And there was just one more that I wanted to touch on, if I can find it down here. This is from the LA Times again. Retirement season hits GOP hard. Yeah,
if you've noticed that, I mean they're leaving in droves.
That's right. This is crunch time for members of Congress who must decide whether to seek re-election next year or leave office. And so far, Republicans seem to be lunging for the exits.
It's the old white man's club, right?
I guess so.
Everybody always jokes the GOP is the bastion of just the old.
Yeah, but you look in Congress and it kind of looks like that anyway, because all the women left, was it last year or actually a few years ago?
Yeah.
And all the women have actually rolled out of the state as well. Not all of them, but a lot of the women have rolled out of the state legislature now too.
Yeah.
Due to term limits. So.
Well, one of the couple things, we'll touch a little bit on a couple little national issues and maybe kind of a fun one. Well, not really fun, but it's if you're watching, there's a little bit of political gamesmanship going on right now between the U.S. and China. And this is specifically on the Dalai Lama, the Tibet issue, because what they're betting on is that China wants a nice, smooth year politically because they won't have a good Olympics. Because they're going to be on the world stage.
That's
so
right.
You have here the Dalai Lama is rubbing their nose in Tibet a little bit, and who knows? I would bet in the next couple months, Taiwan's going to trot out something about nationalistic stuff because this is one time that the Chinese will probably just take it.
Yeah.
Because they don't want anybody boycott, they don't want anybody, any of that kind of stuff. And also the other couple little national pieces. And the other one is Putin is in Iran right now, vowing to complete the $1 billion nuclear power plant there in Iran. So there's some interesting
dynamics there. That's for sure.
And also, my wife wondered why we hadn't covered this earlier, and this is one of those things that's it's been all over the news.
Yeah, this is a weird one, and you just go with it, John.
And this is something that's been all over the news. This is one that's picked up by but this is actually the story that was out of Sacramento. A Woodland dentist, Mark Anderson, 48, of Woodland, is accused of inappropriate fondling of 27 female patients.
Ugh.
In an effort to keep his license, he argues that chest massage is necessary to treat temporomandibular joint disorder, or TMJ.
No.
The judge previously suspended Mr. Anderson's license last month. Mr. Anderson was charged with 2 counts of battery and sexual battery. The Deputy Attorney General provided the administrative judge with 3 new complaints for Mr. Anderson. One complainant, a 31-year-old woman, claimed that he fondled her at least 6 times over 2 years, even when she was wearing tight shirts with high necklines.
Wow.
Anderson would still get under her shirt and bra.
Wow.
So
he's saying it's necessary.
It's an alternative treatment for TMJ problems. So if you have a clicking, if you're a female listener of the audience and you have a clicking in your jaw, there is a recommended alternative treatment from a medical professional that said that this would relieve TMJ issues.
Wow. That's like the little Twinkie defense, huh?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. And let me get back to my other page.
And if you're looking at for tonight, a little bit of stuff on flip back to a little bit of entertainment stuff is Alchemy tonight is their Alchemy on their winemakers night. Bryce Station Vineyards is being featured with Larry Henderson on the guitar.
And what time does that begin?
That believes it's from 5 to 9, so it's going on now.
Okay. Anything else happening tonight?
$5 glasses of featured wine there. Let's see. We've got the meeting at EPFD.
Yeah, that's right.
We have the doesn't look like it.
Okay. Well, we should probably go on to weather.
Weather.
It's raining.
It is.
It is raining, and in Arnold, you're looking at a 30% chance of rain again tomorrow with a high of 50 degrees. Thursday, 20% chance of shower, 58 degrees. And Friday, 40% chance of rain at 57 degrees.
For our viewers in Bangor, Maine.
We're going to Bangor, Maine?
Well, I thought we'd bounce. We'd go to Bangor, Maine. We just moved like 3,000 miles.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how they compare.
Here we go. Bangor, Maine weather. Here we have. It is actually better weather in Bangor, Maine right now.
They have little suns.
57 degrees with a 34 degrees low tonight. 59 and 38. 61 and 41 on Thursday. And 58 and 56 with some showers on Friday.
Wow. Murphy's weather Wednesday, 30% chance of showers, high of 62 degrees. That was a Wednesday. Thursday, partly sunny with a high of 70 degrees. And Friday, 40% chance of rains, high of 68.
Copperopolis, 64 degrees today and rainy. 47 degrees for the low. 65 tomorrow with 44 the low. Thursday, 69 and 45. And Friday, 69 and 41.
Wow. But no rain.
No rain.
It goes right over Copper and Valley Springs.
Yeah.
Angels Camp, Wednesday, 30% chance of showers at 63 degrees. Thursday, partly sunny with a high of 69 degrees. And Friday, a 30% chance of rain with a high of 66 degrees.
And on roads, they're not showing any chain restrictions or anything at this time.
Okay.
And we'll see if it's still a bit too late. We'll pull up the Bear Valley webcam.
Okay. Let me just get to Valley Springs. Let's see. Wednesday, high of 65 degrees, sunny. Thursday, high 68 degrees. And Friday, questionable, high of 67 degrees.
And if you're looking at, what? I think their webcam's down.
Well, it's not showing up back here either.
No, but look, if you look here, the timestamp on their webcam is Monday, October 15th.
Yeah, so that's...
So, we will go to, if you're looking for, and we're going to be adding some more webcams here coming up, but let's go to Bear Valley Real Estate, because they have one that's in the valley.
Okay.
So, a little bit here. Uh-oh. Isn't that a nice shot of the Dardanelles?
It is. The line in the
live weather cam. Here we go. There. That's a little bit more. There. Now you'll see. We'll move that one a little bit over. Now you'll see here. they're getting a little dusting. You can see there's some sticking to the trees.
Yes.
So they're getting a little bit of snow as we speak
That's
up
right.
there in Bear Valley.
Mm-hmm.
Other little miscellaneous stuff because we wrap up here is there was a vehicle fire at Highway 4 and Darby Russell Road. There was a another engine fire, about a $2,000 worth of damage there.
Mm-hmm.
No injuries, so no news is kind of good news on that one.
That's right. Yeah.
Any little quirky stuff you want to cover on the end? Oh boy.
I just left my quirky stuff. Actually, let me see if I can get back to the quirky stuff because I didn't think that we had time. But I will. Here we are. This will fit in with the kangaroo stories. Top restaurant serving up unusual new dish. Gray squirrel pancakes.
Oh!
Yes.
Oh!
Top Lakeland restaurant serves up Peking duck-style squirrel pancakes. That is from the Daily Mail in England. Yes. The gray squirrels were caught in the hotel's 72-acre woodland grounds. There you go. And if I could show, oh, there's a picture of them right there. I can't get it to you. I'm sorry. So we won't talk about
that's
it.
just wrong. A lot of levels. All right. Now we know that our ratings have been inching up on Katie Couric's.
Yes.
Climbing ever closer to the, one of the higher spots in the network in the news races.
That's right.
All right. But her boss, Leslie Moonves, has a new employment contract out through 2011.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Does that give him enough to move? He's been standing firmly behind her.
Yeah, but if he moves, what happens to her? You think?
But in other things, you think they're extending him to put him in a better position to make a move on?
Who knows? We'll all have to wait and see on that together.
Yeah.
Yes. So, and that's about our time.
That is, and we thank you very much. We appreciate you stopping by, and we will be back tomorrow night.
Yes.
And we're kind of a little more stuff, a little more sports stuff tomorrow night as we get head into the stuff there. So, and also one thing we forgot is there's going to be a prescribed burn in the Arnold area starting tomorrow, I believe.
Yes.
It may have started later tonight. So you start to see some smoke and stuff in the Upper Ebbets Pass region.
That's what's happening.
That's what's happening. Have a good night.
Good night.
Thanks.